I'm pleased to welcome all participants and thank the organizer for the opportunity to introduce the skills needed by librarians based on the OSKA studies. A little about myself. I'm working for the 6th year as the head of the OSKA study for Estonian Qualifications Authority, whose name actually in Estonian is Kutsekoda, much more simpler. During the time, I have analyzed the various economic and social areas, labor and skills demand, one of which was libraries. But first, I will describe in a few words what OSKA means and what OSKA is doing. OSKA is the anticipation and monitoring system for labor and skills demand developed for Estonia. In general, OSKA looks how many people and which skills are needed in our labor market today and tomorrow, and where and how to acquire those skills. But the important goal is to find out what should be changed in today's educational system and in lifelong learning system to meet the future needs. The analysis gives an overview of what occupations and skills are most needed soon. Analysis is based on assessments of the trends and developments affecting the field, the economic situation, and the labor force demand and training offer comparison. OSKA study of labor force and skills anticipation in the field of libraries was completed in autumn of 2019. One of the main messages of the study is that the provision of various library services shows a growth trend, especially in the development of additional services. Libraries are increasingly becoming multifunctional centers, but the knowledge of libraries' changed role is not widespread in society. Libraries are better known for traditional book lending service providers. At the same time, libraries are expected to organize various cultural and educational events, thematic exhibitions, and various workshops. Conducting educational programs significantly increase the need for librarians, educators. This can be considered as one of the important trends influencing the labor and skills needs of librarians. The total number of employees in libraries is 2,500, and the need for growth was not assessed, but the need for growth was assessed for librarians, educators. Also, the need for specialists with ICT skills in libraries is growing as more and more different e-services are added. About the skills of librarians that should be developed. The range of services offered by libraries is expanding, which widens the skills gap between librarians. The following are the skills for which our experts assess the greatest need for growth, like identification of information needs, ability to advise users using the right pedagogical methods. It is very important to have a holistic view of fiction. It is necessary to be able to manage projects and operate in different networks. Libraries also must deal with marketing and sales work, and of course, the digital literacy. Technological developments have brought innovative e-services to libraries, such as audiobooks, e-library systems, and electronic catalogs, and so on. The use of services, including virtual services, and the instruction of users require employees to be digital and media literate. User instruction and counseling requires the librarian to know and use all e-government services. Renewal of services also requires knowledge of new technological possibilities and the ability to be so-called smart customer of new services. A new trend in libraries is artificial intelligence and related data analytics. In addition, digital technology also plays a key role in the management of collections. Librarians should know how to collect and process digital information, evaluate and control the reliability of sources and analyze them critically. It's important to know cybersecurity, for example, how to ensure data protection and protect yourself from cyber attacks, and what to do in the event of a cyber incident. Some more information about the required IT or ICT skills identified by experts. Approximately a year ago, due to the crisis caused by the COVID virus, OSKA analyzed the need for a sector-specific ICT skills or sector-specific or professional ICT skills in all areas, actually, of the economy. We analyzed the need for both the basic digital skills and sector-specific digital skills. The need for skills was described in both short-term and long-term views. This slide presents the main skills shortages that were similar in all sectors. For example, how to use different web environments, how to ensure security, use of social media, and in all areas. The ability to analyze big data, it became a priority. Back to the main OSKA labor and skills demand study. In the following, I highlight the main skills bottlenecks identified in this OSKA study. The nature of work in libraries has changed significantly in recent years. Increasingly, librarians are performing a variety of educational and cultural tasks. Smaller public libraries are often also community centers. Being able to perform different tasks requires librarians to have additional competencies like IT and media competence and pedagogy competence as well. The second bottlenecks, experts interviewed during the study noted that the leaders mostly grow out of library professionals, but working as a manager requires management experience or management education. In addition to knowledge of the field, a manager needs knowledge of organizational and financial management. The OSKA study also highlights several observations related to the field. Here are some of them. The high cost of upskilling training can be an obstacle to the professional development of librarians. The working conditions are not competitive. For example, uncompetitive wages, salaries, sometimes non-modernized work processes or non-traditional working hours. Small libraries noted difficulties in planning, for example, the holiday period, as many libraries employ only 1 to 2 people. I have a couple slides about the OSKA COVID study. Half year ago, from June to November, OSKA analyzed how the changes caused by COVID affect the need for librarians, workforce, and skills. The aim for this study was to identify training needs and formulate expectations for the partners or for the state. What were the main findings? Several libraries operated flexibly. They found several opportunities to lend books. For example, they use bookcases, bag rental options, sending books, and so on. Librarians worked remotely if it was possible, and their tasks were diversified. The number of lenders and registered users increased in this period. In the same time, the number of e-book rentals increased also. As hobby education activities moved to the web, a new type of collection emerged, video lectures recorded in different environments. The use of digital solutions in libraries increased the readiness to set up and use new environments to make services available to customers. The importance of communication increased, including how to inform users about their opportunities. The understanding of the importance of digital skills has also changed. If digital skills are insufficient, then there is no work to offer in the library. The need to gain more knowledge about copyright and its enforcement was also noted. For example, whether and what the agreement with the author must be in order to read books in public, or how to make video lectures available. The COVID study assessed also the impact of 3 factors on the labor and skills needs of library staff in the near future. The first factor is digitalization and use of technological solutions. These factors' importance of e-environments in libraries is growing. However, the use of new technologies must be consistent. Development of self-services in libraries, which allow people to perform simpler operations without having to turn to a librarian. In libraries, chat would also help to make work easier. For example, technology would replace more routine work. The provision of customer-oriented consulting and training services is also growing. Another factor is related to the increase in wealth inequality in society. The classic library service is free, but the lack of technological resources can be an obstacle for the poorer population when consuming digital library services. Despite earning own revenue, libraries are funded by the state or local government, and the provision of services is related to the collection of tax revenue. And the third factor is attention to health. Mental health is an increasingly important issue. Working overtime, working online is tiring. The more people are forced to work remotely, the more important libraries are. These organizations give people the opportunity to make sense of their lives and also to take care of their mental health. In conclusion, the need for knowledge and skills of librarians is very, very much related to future developments. The more the library offers different services, the more extensive the skills of the staff must be. It is becoming increasingly difficult to describe all the skills needed of librarians. The skills selection of the future librarian could be described not by the T competence model, but by the P competence model. This actually was a brief overview about the OSKA studies. I also would like to add that this OSKA survey is available on Kutsekoda's website, oska.kutsekoda.ee, and can be found in the OSKA survey on culture and creative industry. Unfortunately, it's only in Estonian language, but still you can find it from our website. Thank you for listening.